From Ukraine and Iran, I want to take you a little south of Iran to the Persian Gulf, and more specifically now, the Strait of Hormuz, which has turned into an absolute tinderbox. Now, the NDTV Data Fight team, which powers much of our coverage here on NDTV, has put together some information that paints a very, very scary and unsettling picture of what could happen in the Strait of Hormuz, through which a large part of the world's oil flows from the Persian Gulf. Global oil supply could be in dire straits. It is a very, very serious situation. It is not an exaggeration. Over 700 oil tankers, the giant ships you see carrying millions of tons of oil, are stranded in the Gulf because they cannot pass through the Strait of Hormuz. One single missile, one single drone hitting some of these ships that are stacked very, very close together at this point of time could easily, potentially trigger a chain reaction or a huge explosion in the region. Imagine millions upon millions of tons of oil and some kind of a detonation, meaning a vast tragedy or a disaster. Now, let me just show you what it looks like right now. Oil tankers are a floating tinderbox because dozens of them are clustered very close to the Strait of Hormuz. This is the Strait of Hormuz right now, and all of the red points you see right now are basically oil and gas tankers. Missile and drone attacks are marked in yellow, so you've already had those missile and drone strikes on some of these tankers. Remember, Iran has already claimed that it has hit 10 of these. Just look at how closely stacked together they are. This is, of course, a zoomed out picture, a map picture, but a small little detonation very close to one of those ships, if it's close to many others, will mean a chain reaction. Drone strikes have erupted across the Gulf, and the NDTV Data Fight team is telling us that this is a situation that could become really, really scary. Then I want to show you what Dammam, Bahrain, Qatar, and Doha look like. This is what the marine traffic in those areas look like. As a result of the blockade in the Strait of Hormuz, you've got ships basically piling up over here, which is otherwise supposed to be a pretty streamlined course of communication, a ship line of communication. You've got oil and gas tankers marked in red. Green depicts the cargo vessels. The brownish orange is fishing boats. The blue is tug and special craft. And the purple and grey are others. Just look at the number of gas tankers, oil and gas tankers and tug and special craft. It is an absolute crowd there in Qatar, Bahrain, and Dammam. Now I want to show you Kuwait and Saudi Arabia, two of the biggest oil producers in the region. Just look at that absolute mass of ships and boats over there. If you zoom in further, you will see that these ships are actually not very far apart, and the reason for that is less than ideal. It is the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. So this is a situation that could very soon spiral out of control if Iran, a desperate Iran, an increasingly volatile Iran, chooses to attack some of these ships to reinforce or enforce its prohibitory orders on any ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz. Now I want to show you Fujairah in the UAE, Dubai and Abu Dhabi, which also straddle the Strait of Hormuz. The situation is not very different. Again, a mass swarm of ships just stuck over there because of that blockade. Remember, Iran has said US, Israel ships and European ships cannot pass through. Everything else can pass through. So presumably, many of these ships are headed towards Europe, Israel or the United States. So this is a situation I wanted to bring to your attention.